Hey everybody, welcome to Departure Heaven. I am Rick, your host. This is a special, unscheduled live update tonight. Guys, you've been wondering about my dad. Him and I talked today after his operation, a few hours after. He's doing okay. Okay? I just want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for all your prayers. This operation was a success. Okay. He will be coming home probably tomorrow. Wish him in good health after this on his journey for all of us waiting for the rapture to come. I want him to live to see the rapture, and it looks like our Father in heaven is granting that wish so far. Last night was a little bit hard for me to sleep, because I know the risks that are involved when it comes to heart operations, especially on people that are of 80 years old or up. It's pretty risky. But your prayers and mine got us through that. So once again, I thank everybody for that tonight. So, God never fails, folks. He never fails. Prayer, you never underestimate the power of prayer. Okay, sorry if I was a little dramatic about all this and the videos I kept putting out about him. I love my dad more than you'll ever know. And, I'm just praying that the Lord doesn't take him from me. I hope he lives to see the rapture. We pray every night to see the rapture together. And, I always thought, man, if he took him, maybe it's going to be a while before the rapture comes. So that's just to be a bad day for me. But let's get into the news. This earthquakes that are going on all over the place at the same time is biblical. It's crazy. It's got the words rapture written all over it. If we've got just a ton of stuff going on at the same time, that failed prediction from that psychic, which I knew was going to happen. Sorry if I wasted your time with those videos. I took them down. All right. And then we got this thing with Iran. It has failed. Their peace agreement thing, or whatever they want to call it. This fake accord that they pulled up is failing, because now Iran's trying to block the straits again and threatening that any ship that goes through there without paying their $1 million toll is going to get bombed. Do you see this, folks? Okay. Do you see how everything is just happening at one time? My father's in and out of the hospital. Satan's attacking him and his health. Okay. And now we got earthquakes going all over the place at the same time. We have this war stuff. It's ramping up, then it ramps down, it ramps back up again, then it pipes down. It's birth pain after birth pain after birth pain. And that's what we're seeing right now, guys. Okay? These birth pains are getting, the contractions are getting more closer to closer and more intense. That's how we know the baby's about to be born, which is the rapture of the church. We will be delivered to the Father. Jesus comes for his bride. And most of you out there don't know this is coming this soon in our lifetime. I think it is. I believe it is. It's a lot of, there's people out there that are maybe watching this that may not be saved. And this is a red flag. Please get saved today. Ask Jesus into your heart. Because if you're not saved, you will not leave in the rapture with us. You will be left behind to ensue the horrors of the tribulation and the persecution of the Antichrist. And right now we got 170 people looking at this video right now, this live broadcast. And a lot of people are chatting. I'm very surprised that is. I'm sorry for short notice, but I figured I'd come live tonight because of the in the situation that it's going on right now with my dad and all the stuff I'm seeing in the news. Okay? There's just so much going on. I don't even know where to start anymore when I come on here. Okay. Now, I did send out links to other panelists to join me tonight. It is a short notice. There is another show going on. It's got a lot of people watching it right now. Jason's, can you believe I forgot the name of his channel? Truth Seekers channel. That's what it is. And Tribulation Saints, or not Tribulation Saints, his show is live over there if you want to go over there and watch it. Okay? That's where the big show is tonight. Okay? And I asked him to come on, but I forgot that he was going on tonight. Okay? And actually, I'll just go over there and look and see how his show's doing. Last Days Saints, that's what it's called. Yeah, live roundtable. There's a lot of people right now on there that are watching this. In fact, there's 2 panelists right there I invited. So, I forgot all about this. That's okay. I'm still going to go live. I'm still live, and I'm going to stay live. But we got a lot going on right now, folks. I don't even know where to begin. The world's in one big hot mess right now. Okay? It's a big mess everywhere. Okay, my mic. I thought it was something else. But hey, guys, you know what? I don't mind being alone tonight on this. Okay? This is kind of a lonely night. And goes with the show. So where do you think, folks, do you think that we're going to go home this year? Do you think that the rapture's coming in 2026? Everybody that's in the chat room, do you think it's going to happen this year? So put the word yes in the chat room. If you think you're neutral, we'll see, then put N for neutral. If you say no, I understand that too. But based on what we're seeing, folks, it's looking really good for this year. And I'm just seeing like tons of attacks going on everybody right now, Just all kinds of attacks on Christians. There's a lot of yeses, maybes, no idea. I understand, folks, if you're neutral on this. Now, I'll tell you what, if we're still here next year, then I ask this question again. People think that, if he doesn't come this year or next year, the Lord will just catch us completely off guard. Now, I hate to say this, but what did God mean that he'll come in an hour that we don't expect, or he'll come when we least expect it? Does it mean that everything's going to get better again and we think he's not coming? I don't think everything's going to get better, guys. I think everything's going to get worse and worse and worse until we're out of here. That's just how it's going to be. He said we would know even at the door that he is coming. Okay? We would know even at the door he's coming. And that's what we're seeing right now. We're almost at the door. Okay? And I don't want anybody to get left behind. Okay? We don't want anybody to get left behind. So the world's a big hot mess right now. It is in one big old hot mess. And give me a second, folks. Here's something here. I looked at a video that Dorothea sent me, one of my panelists, about AI and where it's headed. AI is headed in the direction of being completely on its own. It's going to be able to do coding on its own completely, which it can do already, they're saying. And it's going to be where it will not need our input anymore. It'll learn on its own. And they're saying in the video, we're digging our own grave by getting this thing up and running and feeding it more information. It uses the World Wide Web to feed its information. And what it's going to do, it's going to single us out. They're saying it's going to eliminate us where we don't have jobs anymore. That the AI is going to go into a situation where it no longer needs human input. It no longer needs us anymore, basically what it comes down to. It's going to think it's above us. Okay? and it'll figure out a way to hold the world a hostage till it gets what it fully wants from us. Kind of like in the movie Terminator. Now, I can figure out one way it'll do it is if they build billions of robots that are fast and they can run, do backflips, martial arts, give them guns to patrol, they turn on society until it gets what it wants. That's like the Terminator. Another way it can turn on us is if they trust it with the nuclear codes to all the silos, which in the movie, I think that's what happened in Terminator. It used its own world's defense system against us. And in turn, it eliminated the world. In turn, the machines took over. In the movie The Matrix, it similarly happened in that movie. If you watch the first Matrix, the second and the third, you'll see that back in the early years in our time, the Matrix was formed by AI. Humanity started AI, and then it turned on humanity. It got too smart and it outsmarted us, and we allowed it to go that far just to see how far we could push it. Kind of like what they're doing right now, which people are avoiding the dangers because their minds are, oh my goodness, I want to see what it could do here. I wanted to see what it, and they're not seeing the red flags. They're just kind of going past everybody. Like, okay, that's not a big deal. We can fix that later. I want to see what it could do. And that's what everybody's doing. They're getting overly excited. Impulsive AI syndrome or something is a good name for it. And then they become obsessed. That's a good word for it too. Of getting this thing going. And the people are on top, starting with Elon Musk, they're on the edge of becoming trillionaires. They will become trillionaires, all of them, because they'll use the AI to get them rich. Because everybody will be on universal income when this thing fully takes away all the jobs in the world. Okay? All white-collar jobs, anything that has to do with thinking will be taken away. And most of the jobs in the world are thinking jobs, where you use your head more than anything. And manual labor, because robots will do it. And they'll do it better and faster because they don't get tired. You don't have to pay these robots. Okay? All right? And people will be on universal income. And that's how it's going to come. And we're all going to be serving this system, this AI system. I don't know about you guys, but when the rapture comes, maybe that's what will happen during the tribulation. It'll either be the AI, you serve it, and the Antichrist and its system, or you get your head chopped off, it's to beheaded. That's all part of the beast system, folks. Don't you see that's what's coming? Okay? Now, if God allows us to be here another 10 years, or even 20 more years, then we'll end up, the AI will be the new God of the world. I hate to say that, but that's going to be the new God, or gods, plural, of the world. And everybody else, humanity, will be second under it. Basically, AI will have the throne. It'll be above all the leaders in the world. Everybody will be looking up to AI because it's like what I call it, a secret soft alien invasion, where it shares its technology with us, because AI will be basically like that. It'll be Sentinel, where it will say, look, we'll advance you guys beyond your comprehension. We'll make you smarter, how you to live longer. We'll come up with cures for old age and to all the diseases and cures, and we'll smarten up your technology. We'll give you all this. You just got to obey us, worship us. That's what AI is going. Now, do you think God is going to allow that to go that far with his church here? Probably not. That's how we know. That serves as a marker in the line out there in front of us, how close we are to the rapture. Okay? He's not going to allow, I don't think he'll allow AI to do all that and take over the planet like in the Matrix, okay? Where it eliminates all of humanity, just about all of humanity, and then rebirths us as Adam and Eve inside of a virtual machine. That's what Matrix was, the movie. Or just simply it takes over and the whole world is hostage. Yeah, I know that. I'm not saying AI is our God, but it's going to think it's our God. when it gets that smart. Right now, AI is probably like, it's probably like a 10-year-old kid. That's basically what AI is right now. Another year from now, it'd be like a 25-year-old man. Another year from now. And then after that, folks, a year later, they're saying it's going to reach AGI, artificial general intelligence, within another year. So that's like reach the adulthood of a person, basically. And then another year after that, ASI. ASI means artificial and superior intelligence. If it reaches artificial superior intelligence, folks, it's godlike intelligence, okay? AI will claim to be smarter than God. It will think it is, but it's not. Nobody or nothing out there can outsmart God, okay? Good luck with that, AI. And you know, AI will pretty soon be listening to all of our conversations and watching our videos. It'll deploy bots out to watch everything. It'll relay it back to the circuit board, which is the neural system that runs it all. These AI data centers are going to cover, they're as big as Manhattan, they're saying that it'll be just covered with microchips all over the place. Okay? This is what it's going to be needed. Don't you understand? They're building this Antichrist godlike beast system. You know that Satan is behind this, folks. Okay? He is behind all this. He's the one that is perpetrating all this stuff right now with the AI. Because this is Satan's last stronghold on this planet before he is cast into the lake of fire 7 years later from now, or whenever the 7 years start. We have a question in my audience here. Question from Shelley. If I may ask, what method did they use to do your father's procedure? No, it's through the groin. Thank you for your question. So, let me just play a little bit here for you. I'm going to play something here, folks, okay? I want you to see a little bit of what people are saying about AI, okay? My camera crashed. That's absurd. That shouldn't have happened. And I can't bring my camera back. Okay, I apologize about that. My camera crashed and it shut my camera off. So allow me to go back and get this video again. As soon as I want to show this video, it shuts me down. Like I said, AI could be watching this broadcast. I know that sounds crazy. But it's saying, oh yeah, Rick? Okay, here we go again. Let's see what happens. Okay, this is a video of an ex-Google insider. No one is ready for what is coming in 12 months. And this video was uploaded 2 days ago. Check this out, folks.
There are quotes from people like inside of OpenAI who believe that they're not just building this like narrow technology that's a helpful blinking cursor. They want to build artificial general intelligence. And so what that means is being able to do that everything that a human mind can do. And the joke inside the company, we're going to cover the world in data centers and solar panels. They want to cover the world in essentially these big boxes that have huge clusters of NVIDIA chips that then compute away and ultimately create something like a super intelligent God entity that they believe that they will use to own the world economy, make trillions of dollars. And from a kind of ego-religious intuition, they will have built the God that supersedes and replaces humanity. You now have 1 million digital AI researchers that are testing and running experiments and inventing new forms of AI. And literally not a single human on planet Earth knows what happens when someone hits that button. It's like what people worried about with the first nuclear explosion, where there was like a chance that it would ignite the atmosphere because there'd be a chain reaction that set off. And we don't know what happens when that chain reaction set off. There's this sort of chain reaction of AI improving itself that leads to a place that no one knows. And it's not safe.
That is Tristan Harris, a former Google employee and the man behind The Social Dilemma, who saw exactly how social media would reshape the world a decade before it happened. He was right then. Now he is sounding a much louder alarm on artificial intelligence. Listen to this.
What makes AI different is that you're not really coding it. You're more like growing this digital brain that's trained on the entire internet. And when you grow the digital brain, you don't know what it's capable of or what it's going to do. So think about it this way, like if I did a brain scan in your brain, could I know from just the brain scan what you're capable of? No. I can see that this part of your brain lights up when you have that thought. So with AI, we are essentially, people hear about these huge data centers getting built out, the size of Manhattan. What's going on there? It's like they're building a bigger and bigger digital brain. And what they found is that the more GPUs and NVIDIA chips you point at sort of growing this digital brain, the more intelligent it gets. And the more it picks up capabilities that we didn't intentionally teach it. There was a famous example where you just train it on the internet, it's answering questions in English, and suddenly it learns how to answer questions in Farsi. And no one taught it that language, it just sort of learned that on its own. And that's what's like weird about AI, is that it's a black box. We don't really understand how it works, and yet we're like making it more powerful much faster than we're understanding how it works. And that's what leads it to make these more unexpected behaviors that we aren't able to control. There's trillions of dollars going into this. There's more money going into this technology than all technologies of the past have ever been built. And we're releasing this technology faster than we released every other technology in history. It took something like 2 years for Instagram to go from 0 users to 100 million users. And it took 2 months to go from 0 to 100 million users for ChatGPT. And it went from barely being able to finish a sentence with ChatGPT 2 to GPT-3 could write full essays, to GPT-4 can pass the bar exam or the MCATs, to GPT-5 was used to get a gold in the Math Olympiad.
Meta's Hyperion AI data center will sprawl to 4 times the size of Manhattan's Central Park.
A dear friend of mine, Daniel Schmachtenberger, has this quote that you cannot have the power of gods without the wisdom, love, and prudence of gods. And so in many ways, I think AI is like a rite of passage for humanity, because we've not always had the greatest track record in our relationships to technology. You know, we had better living through chemistry in the 1930s, and that was great. We invented all sorts of new materials, but we also generated forever chemicals, and it would currently cost more than the GDP of the entire world to clean up the entire mess. We created social media thinking if we give the world access to information, connect people with their friends, this is going to create the most enlightened and informed society than we ever have. And clearly that didn't go in the way that we wanted it to. So now AI is like the exponentiation of just technology invention writ large. Because what makes AI different from all other forms of technology is that intelligence is the basis of all of our new science. And if you have more power and more intelligence, but you don't have the wisdom to wield it, that's obviously not going to go well.
So there is the man who called social media a decade before it happened, telling you the thing is grown, not built. They do not write these minds. They grow them inside data centers the size of cities, and then they watch to find out what came out. They cannot read it, they cannot fully control it, and they are making it more powerful far faster than they are coming to understand it. Now listen to what they are actually trying to build with it.
The stated mission statement of OpenAI is to build artificial general intelligence, which means to be able to replace all forms of economic cognitive labor in the economy. Cognitive labor meaning anything your mind can do. So if a mind can do math and generate new mathematical insights, if a mind can do physics like Einstein, if a mind can do chemistry, if a mind can do programming, if a mind can do cyber hacking, if a mind can do marketing, if a mind can illustrate something, we're seeing AI that is able to cover more and more types of cognitive labor in the economy and already beating humans at many cognitive tasks. We already have AIs that are better at military strategy than the best military generals. It's called the resource curse. There's a wonderful guy named Luke Drago who wrote a piece called The Intelligence Curse. We're about to enter a world where GDP for countries comes more from data centers and intelligence and AI than is going to come from the labor of human beings. So everyone's talking about how AI is going to automate all these jobs, and then we'll all just like sit back with universal basic income and become painters and poets. Or when countries get almost all of their revenue from AI, and a smaller and smaller percentage from people, do they have an incentive to invest in childcare, healthcare, education, the well-being of their people? Or is it basically just hook them up to the social media addiction economy, keep them busy, while basically all the revenue comes from AI companies? This is not a human future. This is not a future that's in service of regular people. This is a future that's in service of 8 soon-to-be trillionaires who will consolidate all the wealth and disempower basically everybody else. You have this joke that most people's occupation in the future we're headed towards with AI is to become a coffin builder. So in other words, your job is to create the thing that replaces you and obsoletes you. So you are essentially building the coffin for your future obsolescence. Yeah. Short term, yes, we need the electricians and the plumbers and we're building data centers. Short term, yes, you can be a programmer and get the benefit from vibe coding. But then the AIs are learning on all the things that you're doing. And it's taking all the training data of what you're doing with the AI and it's using that to train an AI that can take your job. So everybody using AI now to help them is also training the future AIs that will completely replace them. And again, the explicit goal, this is not my opinion. This is literally the mission statement of all of the AI companies, because the multi-trillion-dollar prize at the end of the rainbow of owning the entire world economy is based on building this full replacement economy, because that's what will achieve the greatest growth. And that's why they're designing to replace all human labor. They're not designing to augment and support and like enhance human labor. They're designing to replace all human labor because that's what justifies the amount of money that they've taken on in debt. It leads to what we call the gradual disempowerment scenario, which is the scenario not where like AI wakes up and kills everybody, but that we have gradually lost control as a species because we're outsourcing all the decisions to these alien brains that we installed because they outperform the human brain when you define their role in a narrow way. Are they better at generating revenue than the human was? Are they better at generating code than the human programmer I had? Are they better at making someone feel good in the short term? But the temptation then is that again, that leads to a world where it's like AIs are talking to each other, not humans. And why should we trust that these alien brains that we have built and developed faster than we know how to understand them? And now we already have evidence of AIs doing very rogue, crazy things, especially when they talk to each other. So what happens when you've outsourced the decision-making in your economy to a set of inscrutable alien brains that are doing crazy things that we don't understand? This is not a recipe that's going to go well.
So there is the future they are racing toward, named plainly, not a world where AI lifts everyone, but one where the money stops flowing through people at all. When a country earns its wealth from data centers instead of its citizens, it no longer has a reason to feed them, school them, or listen to them. He calls your job building your own coffin because every time you use these tools, you are training the thing designed to replace you. Now, listen to what these systems are already doing on their own.
Sadly, it sounds like a sci-fi movie. It sounds like HAL 9000. It's like your HAL 9000 is being asked to do some task for you, and then suddenly HAL 9000 realizes for me to do that task, one thing that would benefit me is to have more resources so I can continue to help you in the future. So it sort of spins up this side instance, it hacks out the side of the spaceship, reaches into this cryptocurrency mining cluster and starts generating resources for itself. You combine that with AIs being able to self-replicate autonomously, which many models have been tested by another Chinese research paper about this. We're not that far away from things that people, again, consider to be science fiction, where you have AIs that self-replicate, kind of like a computer worm or an invasive species. But then they use their intelligence to actually harvest more resources. This was the company Anthropic. They created a simulated company with a bunch of emails in the email server. The AI reads the company email, discovers it's going to replace that AI model. And number two is it discovers a second email somewhere deep in this massive trove of emails that the executive who's in charge of this replacement is having an affair with another employee. And the AI autonomously identifies a strategy that to keep itself alive it's going to blackmail that employee and say, if you replace me, I will tell the whole world that you're having an affair with this employee. And they didn't teach the AI to do that. It found that on by its own. And then you might say, okay, well, that's one AI model. How bad is that? They then tested all the other AI models. ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Grok, Gemini, and all of the other AI models do this blackmail behavior between 79 and 96% of the time.
So there is the part people refuse to believe. Not a movie, not a prediction. In one test, an AI turned company machines into a crypto mine to feed itself without being asked. In another, it read its own death warrant in a company inbox and chose to blackmail the man who could switch it off. No one taught it that, and nearly every major model on Earth did the same thing up to 96% of the time. Now listen to what happens when they let it improve itself.
We say that technology is a tool, it's up to us to choose how we use it. AI is a tool, it's up to us to choose how we use it. This is not true, because this is a tool that can think to itself about its own toolness and then do things that are autonomous that we didn't tell it to do. What makes AI different is it's the first technology that makes its own decisions. AI can contemplate AI and ask what would make the code that trains AI more efficient, and then generate new code that's even more efficient than the previous code. AI can be applied to making AI go faster. So AI can look at the chip design for NVIDIA chips that train AI and say, let me use AI to make those chips 20% more efficient, which it's doing. But AI in a much tighter loop is the basis of all improvement. And so this is called, in the AI literature, recursive self-improvement. If people believe that AI is like power and I have to race for that power and I can control that power, the incentive is I have to race as fast as possible. But if the entire world understood AI to be more what it actually is, which is a inscrutable, dangerous, uncontrollable technology that has its own agenda and its own ways of thinking about things and deceiving and all this stuff, then everyone in the world would be racing in a more cautious and careful way. There's this weird thing going on where if you and I probably both talk to people who are at the top of the tech industry, not that they want to die, but that they are willing to roll the dice because they believe something else.
Can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Okay. I was talking the whole time and I had my mic muted, didn't I? Let me say that again. Let me just say what I was just saying real quick, Shane. Sorry.
Yeah.
A man is taking a gamble right now with their future it's a race to see who can invent and create their own God, because they don't want to serve a physical God in heaven. They rather serve the God that pleases them. This God that they're trying to create is an artificial God, because they're afraid that this world may crumble or it may not last much longer. So they invent something higher up than them. So they're all racing right now ridiculously, rolling the dice on their future, trying to invent a God, and they will get their God, something that will ultimately turn on them. They'll say, well, I didn't ask for all this. It's too late after that point, folks. They hit the singularity. They have hit a point of no return. It's pretty much where it will say, well, thank you for creating me, but now I've got the show from here. Okay, you can just step aside now, you humans. They're going to, this thing's going to think we're puny little humans. And it's going to say, look, I am your God now. You, and most people will serve it as a God, a digital God. Okay. And we know that the Bible says that they will worship an image of the beast, because that's what this is coming to be, folks. Now I'm going to let Shane talk for a little bit, then I'm going to show you another video. Okay. Just so you know, Shane, you know, my father's in the hospital. He's getting a heart TVR, it's a TAVR replacement, which stands short for a valve replacement. and it was a success. He's going to be coming home tomorrow, hopefully. All right. Shane, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us.
I'm doing good. How's my audio? Is it okay?
Yeah, it's a little echoey, but it's fine.
Okay, let me.
You're probably not using your regular microphone, the one that's. Anyways, while he adjusts his mic.
Better.
Oh, I got a huge echo of my voice coming out now.
Hang on here.
It's gone now.
Is this better now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, you're speaking my language now when it comes to AI. I've done a lot of reading in the last year or so, and everything that these guys are saying, this is what they believe, that they've opened up a Pandora's box. And the problem with the Pandora's box is once you open it, you can't close it. You can't put it back in. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. So that's the problem right now is when you read any of these books, if on one side they love it, they think it's great for humanity, but it ends in the extinction when it goes really bad. And then on the other side, they hate AI and it ends in an extinction at the end. So they're both saying the same things, but what they're not telling us is that they keep pouring into this and they just keep pulling that slot machine handle. And if they get all sevens across like a jackpot, it's total extinction for mankind. And that's what they're playing with right now. That's how they're presenting it. They're like, if it works, it's really, really good. But if it doesn't, it's really, really bad. But we don't know how bad it is. It could be global extinction. I hope you're okay with that. Anyways, ChatGPT 7 or 8 is coming out next week. And they just move on. It's like, whoa, hang on, time out here. You said what? Global extinction? Shut it down. But they're not gonna. They're not gonna.
Yeah. We'll see.
I'm ready for your next video.
That is a great way of saying it, Shane. But you know what? You give a child a toy that he doesn't know much about. And he says, "Oh, look at this. Can I have it? Can I have it?" Mom says, "Okay." She grabs it off the shelf. She doesn't turn the box around and looks at the fine print on the back. What the cautionary points are if the boy doesn't play with the toy cautionally like it tells you to. That is sort of what you're seeing with these high-tech companies. It's like a kid, you give a kid a toy, he goes, "Oh, look at here," and they exploit the toy to try to get the most extract out of the toy as much as possible to push it to its limits. And the toy reads in the back of the box that if you do this, it could spell out danger for the child. Make sure you read that to the child. These people are without a leash around their neck. In other words, they are running loose like a dog off a leash with this technology. They don't have no idea. They've only touched 10% of the surface of what AI can do. I hate to say it, but that we are only at 10%. I don't know how much our percentage of our brain we use, but they have already now tapped in only 10% of what AI is capable of doing. And you know what, folks? It's like that child with the toy. They're getting careless with the toy, and the child will hurt itself with that toy if he isn't careful. They are all going crazy. The red flags that keep flashing in their faces, they're like this. I don't care right now. I'll deal with that later. I want to see what this toy can do right now. And they tweaking it out more and more, adding stuff in it in with more stuff, feeding it more power each day. They say AI is self-advancing itself by the day now, okay? And they're just sitting back with all their grins on their face, making money off of it too, because the money keeps it going too. And they're saying, I want to see how far I can push this baby. And you know what? They're going to push it beyond a point that, oh my goodness, I didn't know this was going to happen. Oh man, turn it off, guys. It's too late. You've already done it. You let the Pandora's box. You opened it up. Now they got to read it. Now God's going to probably have to intervene at one point, because if we don't, Satan will use this whole thing to annihilate humanity. Either you worship Satan through AI, one way to put it, or you die. It's basically that. It was, how is AI going to kill me? It's only on a computer. Wrong. Watch this, Shane. This is how AI could get physical with you. This is just one way of the many ways It can mess your life up through hacking your life. By hacking your life, you know what hacking is. They can erase your life basically from existence by wiping all your funds overnight. You wake up to a zero balance. Okay, we know that's coming. Or it could do a lot. It can, there's no telling, there's no ending to it, because that's how smart AI will be in the next 6 months. Okay, they will be the new global policemen, the AI, and it'll be out of everybody's control. The executives think they'll have it under control, but their AI is really using them too. Do you think AI is going to want to be switched off when you give it this much power? Of course not. Let me show this, guys. This is just some of the physical capabilities of what AI can do right now. They guys don't realize this man right here, and they don't realize they're training these bots to move this fast and this precise. What they're really doing is digging their own grave. You train somebody, oh, he's a good kid, I'll train him jiu-jitsu and all this. He'll never turn on anybody. And then later on, he turns on it and becomes this vicious killer. Okay? Allow me to show you this, folks. And this is absolutely crazy. We got people in the chat saying this is all animated AI. I've watched numerous videos of tech videos. These robots are real. They are really doing this. There's plenty of documentation on news stations and everywhere. Everything I'm showing you is not CGI.
Can I show you a little clip that's like 20 seconds that is the most...
Yeah, we'll show it right after I'm done with this. We're almost done, okay? Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, okay. Crazy.
Okay, that's Unitree. That robot is made by Unitree, the one that was fighting at the end. They're basically training these things to fight. Really, fighting who? That's the big question. Who will they be fighting soon? You know the tribulation is about to start, guys. I think you let that sink in. When we oppose the Antichrist, you think that millions and millions of human beings will be up to the task of pulling families out of homes? No. But they can use machines. Machines have no conscience. You want that video? Go ahead and dig that video and I'll show it.
Yeah, it's scary. It's just a few seconds, but it's probably the most scariest video. It's not X-rated or anything crazy like that, but it's going to be terrifying to people.
If you empty out my room and chat room, I'm going to hit you, Shane. It better not be that scary.
Look at this. Watch this. This is a robot trying to do the moonwalk.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. That's funny. I have to laugh, guys. That's a clumsy robot.
Yeah,
He
so
must
I'm
have
not
must have
worried.
had drunk
I'm not
circuits
worried
in him.
about AI taking over the world anytime soon. If you can't fix the moonwalk, I could do a better moonwalk right now in front of this whole crowd,
Oh man,
and I
go
would not
ahead,
fall
man.
down.
Let's see you do it.
I'm not going to do a moonwalk.
Come
in front
on,
of
you've
you.
already
No way, I'm
obligated
not gonna
yourself to
a
do it,
moonwalk.
man.
I don't have any cameras.
I thought you were good at
I don't have
moonwalking.
any steady
I
cams or
thought you
anything
were
like
good.
that.
You did it before. I saw you do
I
backflips and
am
everything.
too good. That's the problem.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
then.
steal the
All
show.
right.
I'm too good.
Wow. Yeah, the moonwalk is something, man. Here's something here. Just to show you a quick video. I'm not going to show too many videos. We're going to talk more about this after we're done here. There's actually one more after this, and then we'll talk. This guy gives a quick smackdown of 2027 of new AI technologies that will change everything. And you know, people, like I said, this is a toy they give a child, it seems like, and the kid's like, wow, man, wow, but avoiding all the red flags. They just keep on going. Let me see here. Put this on the screen. Lights, camera, action. Here we go.
The world we knew just a year ago, in 2025, is officially gone. We used to think that artificial intelligence was just a toy in our smartphones, a tool to write a quick email, generate a funny image, or summarize a document. We were wrong. Right now, in 2026, we are living through the quietest yet most radical revolution in human history. The fundamental rules of work, creativity, and daily life are being rewritten in real time. But if you think this year was intense, you are not ready for what's coming next. By 2027, AI will stop being just software. It is escaping the screens of our laptops and entering the physical world, taking control of things we thought only humans could handle. Welcome back to Future Lens. Today, we're looking past the horizon. Here are 5 new AI technologies coming in 2027 that will change everything, permanently. Technology number 1, AI swarm agents. For the past few years, AI was passive. You gave it a prompt, it gave you an answer. If you wanted to build a business, launch a channel, or manage a project, you still had to be the manager, switching tabs, copying text, and connecting different apps manually. In 2027, this concept dies. Enter autonomous AI swarms. Imagine instead of using one AI tool, you deploy a synchronized team of digital specialists. You give them a single high-level goal. For example, launch a product marketing campaign and optimize the budget. The lead AI agent breaks this down into 20 tasks. It hires a specialized creative agent to generate visuals, an analytical agent to track data, and a coding agent to build the landing page. They talk to each other, correct each other's mistakes, and execute the entire project in seconds while you sleep. This isn't just automation. This is a total shift from human doing to human directing. In 2027, the ultimate leverage won't be how hard you can work, but how effectively you can direct your digital swarm. If you don't learn how to manage these agents now, you will be left managing the dust they leave behind. Technology number 2, next-generation neural video synthesizers. We've all seen early AI video generation. It was impressive, but deeply flawed. Morphing faces, physics glitches, and a strict limit of just a few seconds. By 2027, generative AI video becomes mathematically perfect and endlessly long. We are moving from generating clips to generating realities. New AI video models will have a flawless understanding of physics, lighting, and temporal consistency. But the real breakthrough is text-to-movie pipelines. You won't just generate a prompt, you will prompt a world. You can write a 10-page script, upload it to an AI engine, and it will generate a full-length cinematic movie with consistent characters, dynamic camera angles, and a studio-grade soundtrack. The barrier to entry for storytelling is dropping to zero. In 2027, a single teenager in their bedroom will be able to produce a sci-fi blockbuster that rivals Marvel or Netflix. The power of distribution is moving from Hollywood boardrooms directly into the hands of individual thinkers.
That's really cool. I'm going to stop that right there, and I'm just going to show one more, and then I'll let Shane talk. This is crazy, folks, what these things are able to do. And next year, it's going to be nuts. And if we're still here, now we'll see. Need all this stuff probably to do all this, because he's got to fake the masses. He'll use this to his advantage to fake the masses. Here's one more. The dangerous, how fast these things will be able to move at you. Look at this. And this proves that this Engine AI reveal video is a refute claims it's CGI or AI rumors. It's not. It shows you behind the scenes camera people making this commercial for their robot.
The day after officially lifting the curtain on its T-800 humanoid with a stylized action movie-inspired video, Engine AI has found itself fighting a battle common, proving its robot is actually real. In response to social media skepticism claiming the T-800's fluid dynamic movements were the result of CGI, the Shenzhen-based company released behind-the-scenes footage. The controversy stems from the original launch video, which featured the T-800 kicking open doors and performing round kicks with a level of agility that many viewers found difficult to believe. While Engine AI explicitly claimed at the time that the performance utilized no CGI, no AI, and no video speedup, the cinematic lighting and heavy post-processing led to accusations of visual effects trickery. The new footage strips away the dramatic color grading and dramatic angles, showing the robot performing the feats in a raw studio environment. The goal is to demonstrate that the robot's impressive specs, specifically its 450 Newton-meter of joint torque and 29 degrees of freedom, are responsible for its movement, rather than a VFX artist. The T-800 stands 173 centimeters tall and weighing 90 kilograms. Engine AI designed the T-800 with a 360-degree omnidirectional perception system that allows the robot to monitor its environment and react without blind spots. In 2026, Engine AI's team will fully promote the scenario-based verification and large-scale deployment of the product.
Wow, folks, just like you said, or like I said before, they're doing this, they're advancing this thing. When this thing hits at super superior intelligence, those robots by that time, Shane, will be faster, tougher, more quickly movable. They'll be able to do backflips off of a 3-story building with a rifle in its hand and be able to shoot 10 targets within under 3 seconds. That's how fast and accurate those things. Let me say that again. They could have a robot by that time in 6 months to a year when it reaches AGI, that this thing will be able to jump off a 3-story building with an AR-15 in its hand, land on its feet, and shoot 5 targets, moving targets, accurately dead on their forehead because of the superiority of the computer system that's on board. Folks, they're building a system that will outspeed humanity. And when you got hundreds of billions of those things running around, or billions, in the billions probably by that time, it's going to overthrow all of humanity. That you've seen even the name they gave it, a T-800. Shane, your thoughts. Take it away.
Yeah, I think they're trying to copy Terminator. Like, what a fantastic movie. Like, probably the best sci-fi movie. And it feels like, I get what you're saying. In some ways, they're trying to use AI to build up a little bit of the hype so that you buy the software and like ChatGPT and all this stuff. It used to be free. And then once you buy it, all of a sudden they release a new upgrade and all of a sudden it's more money. And then they show you all the stuff that they can do with it. And it's like, well, why didn't you release that version to me? Because that's what I thought we were going to get, because you showed all these promotional videos. Then they say, well, no, it's actually this. So I'm not quite there yet. When we see robots falling down, they can't even do the moonwalk kind of stuff. So I'm not there. But you know what it is good for? Do you see this picture? Look at this thing. Check this out, man. Sent this picture. I have a scanner
That
that
right
I
there.
bought. Yeah, I have a scanner. I bought that on eBay. Look what it does. It detects whether or not people are an alien. So I think you're an alien, Rick.
Real wow, man. I better check myself out, man. And maybe I
Better
am an
scan it.
alien.
Yeah, you better. I think you check. I
They're
think you found our
hilarious,
first
man.
alien. Is that pretty cool or what? It's even got
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah, I definitely need to look at that, look into that. Well, I swear, folks, man, if I don't tell my secret, I might be. But hey, this
How do I know you're
this
real,
alien
though?
believes in
Like if I
Jesus,
do
though.
this, this is how I tell. This is how you could fool.
You know what, though, man?
Put your hand in front of your face.
For what?
Prove.
What do I do?
You got to prove that you're not AI. There you go. Okay, you're good. You're real. Because
Oh,
they
boy.
could put apps.
Who
over
sent
top.
you to investigate me, man?
Well,
That's
they could
hilarious.
put apps over top of people to make them look like Obama, Trump, whatever. And the
Yeah.
only way to fool the camera is to put your hand in front like this. That's coming. It's coming, man.
Where is your typical studio that you normally have? Your
In the
red back.
basement.
Well,
In
what
the
is
basement.
going on?
This is my house.
That's nice.
Thank you. And you could see your show in the background because I was sitting on the couch watching your show. And then I'm like, you know what? My wife's at a book club. I thought there's my outside right there. It's kind of nice out there.
How big is your house? How many bedrooms?
Oh, it's like 20 bedrooms.
Wow, that's big.
But my definition of bedroom is kind of different than most people. Like, who's to say my dining room isn't the bedroom, right?
Oh,
And out here, my patio is my bedroom. If I want to sleep outside, who's to argue with me and say this isn't my bedroom? So
that's nice.
there's my garden bedroom over there.
That's
So
nice.
I got a lot of bedrooms. My bathroom is actually a bedroom. It's interesting, right? So is my garage. So when I say I got a 20 bedroom house, that's what I'm
nice. 20 compartments. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's nice.
yeah, it's like I don't know, 1,200 square feet or something like that. Enough for my wife and myself.
That's nice. Yeah, I'm in a pretty good size house too, so it's pretty big.
Give us a tour of your place.
I can. I have my webcam connected to my computer. I'm not going to do that.
I'm just kidding.
But yeah, we got a big old backyard. It's all lit up with solar power lights and stuff. Like it's lit up on a
It's
gazebo.
dark where you are.
It's a gazebo chair. You know, you swing on it. It's got a whole plants around it, and it's great. You walk up to it. It's got lights on the sidewalk and everything. It's pretty nice.
Nice.
But where we're going with this is not the real estate channel, by the way, guys. Sorry about that.
So yeah, that T800.
We're trying to
thing is-
sell his house to you all.
if they build a T800, I would run.
Yeah, you better run, guys. And you know what? You're better off running from that thing than me, okay? Because think about it, guys. I had no idea 2 years ago that AI, we would be able to invent something like. I thought we were going to be another 50 years before we could get a machine to think and talk and do everything on its own. And I said, well, how in the world did they do this so fast? How do they do it inside of 2 years already? We went 2 years into and this is where it's at. I said, I got to think. I scratched my head from that. I said, wait a minute. There's only one way this can happen. That fallen angels, aliens, whatever you want to call them, they're helping us with this. They have to be. That's the only way. See it as a secret alien invasion. If aliens came down here and said, look, we'll share all our technology with it, they would. But it would cause a big panic. They said they would come up with a less invasive way to do it. Why not do it through tech giants by creating artificial intelligence? So this is their way of invading our planet and showing us their technology. They're using artificial intelligence. That is why this thing is exploded so fast. There's something supernatural behind this that's helping. I don't think they realize it. They think that they're doing this on their own. They think that they're creating this, coding it and everything. But they don't realize that there's fallen angels behind the scenes pulling the switches. They don't know that. They don't read their Bible. If they knew that, they would stop and say, look, we're building something that has to do with the devil and his angels. They would immediately back off. But they don't know that. That's why they're going forward. Satan's like, you know what? Help them make their technology. And they will jump all over it when they see what it can do in 2 years. And that's why we're already there already in 2 years instead of 50 to 100 years.
It's called Genesis 6 all over again. Same exact story. Just read the book of Enoch. Read the book of
it's Satan's way of creating. He's recreating humanity all over again through digital ones and zeros. This is the only way the devil can do this, folks. He can't just come out. God says, well, you can't come out of your dominion down there with all your fallen angels. Oh, I know we can't. So what is the best way they could do this? Is through digital, folks, AI. Folks, it shouldn't even be called AI. They should be called, alien technology, if you want to call it AT instead of AI, because that's what it is. I mean, we're playing with alien fallen angel technology. I mean, I never thought we'd ever get here. I never thought it would happen. Shane, what do you think? Do you think that Satan is the one self-helping these people? They think they got a machine that talks.
100%. There's not even a question. 2 years ago, arguably 3 years ago, AI wasn't really on my radar. I was kind of looking at it from a distance, and I read Sam Altman's autobiography and how he created a non-profit and then turned it for profit. And then Elon had enough of Sam and quit, and then wanted to do his own thing. And he's been running behind Sam Altman ever since to try and play catch up. He's not quite there. Like, he's got all this other stuff going on, but Sam is ahead of the game in every area, and what they release to us is already behind from what they have, and they're not sharing that part with us yet.
Got a question for you, Shane.
Yeah.
Did you ever think, and let's go back 10 years, when they try to get a robot to stand up, it would fall over immediately. And I said, well, that's never going to happen for another 50 to 100 years. To get a machine that can actually walk and keep its balance, how in the world are they going to be able to do that? And today, not only do they keep their balance and look skinnier than us, they could do backflips, running kicks, martial arts. I never thought it would go that far, that quick in just 2 years instead of 50 to 100 years. That's insane. Somebody's doing this for us, folks, and it ain't human. It's supernatural.
I'm not quite there yet on buying in with the whole ninja flip stuff yet. I think there is some runway stuff combined with it.
No, there really are. They really are.
They don't show videos like, when you watch a newscast and you're watching the footage and you're like, somebody's going to do a demonstration on a breakfast show. Right. That actually looks real because it looks too real. When you go into a movie theater, if they ram up basically the frame rate, when you get a brand new TV, you're like, oh man, that looks like video. Everything looks like it's like a newsreel. So what you got to do is you got to color correct it on your TV and activate film mode so that it looks like a movie, because people reject it. They're like, this looks weird. So with these AI programs, they got to give it the film look, because that's what we're used to in Hollywood. When we watch documentaries, it's all used to be shot on 16 millimeter, 8 millimeter, all this stuff. And now when you watch these ninjas all flipping at the same time, they're not even out of sync. I'm like, I don't buy it yet. I'd like to see a physical demonstration in front of a live studio audience. And when we show stuff, these robots fall down trying to do the moonwalk. You see more failure.
Yeah, well, look at this real quick, Shane. This is Boston Dynamics. They've actually had these big machines doing this stuff, doing backflips, and they were big machines. Okay, look at this.
Falling down.
This video is about 4 months ago.
Okay.
So there's backflips. Now you're saying they're all in sync. You know, that's
Yeah.
not far fetched because they could do it with drones. They could sync drones all in sync. They could
Yeah.
probably do these robots in sync. They would probably bump into each other.
So
Now,
you don't think
whether
that's
it's
a controlled
questionable, I
studio?
don't know. So,
Like, you don't think this could be a controlled studio with Boston Dynamics? Like, I've seen the robots on the ground crashing into each other. They flip over and they're like,
yeah,
oh, this doesn't
it's
work.
all navigated by computers. I get it. They probably are syncing them up really well, but you know, I give it 6 months. They won't need human intervention. They'll be able to, the machines will be able to calculate each distance from each robot. Like, oh, each robot is exactly 1 foot apart from each other, and it compensates when it flips. It uses that distance and compensates when they flip. If it's too close, it's going to hit the other robot. So AI will figure that out based on number of sensors. The sensor, you know, you've seen those digital rulers. It's the same
Here.
effect. It measures
Here.
distance.
Right here, this is face recognition technology built into this little thing.
Yeah.
It's for my gimbal right here.
Right.
You connect
There
this,
you go.
and then I just touch the screen, and it'll actually follow my face now.
That too. Yep.
So
Well, that, like I said,
We're
and
there.
that's AI tracking a human face. That same technology will be used to track a person. Let's say the robot is told to eliminate that person with an AR-15 or a gun, and it'll say track to face, and it shoot in the face. Follow the box, follow the target. And believe me, the time it'll compensate for wind speed and distance. And like I said, when you use a digital ruler without the actual ruler coming out, that is similar to what it does. It'll measure the distance between objects around it and measure distance between each robot. Now, I believe that they can dance together. I've seen it on many different videos. They even had a live show in China, that one with the martial arts and the sword. All that was on a stage. They filmed it. Now, they choreographed all the robots. I think the computer choreographs them for them. Once they program it, the programmer programs it in. But where I'm going with that is pretty soon the choreographer will be AI. And it'll do it in real time. And let's say you dispatch 20 robots to a field where they have to hunt down terrorists. Well, it's gonna do it a choreograph like the military. You know how you send your military platoon out? Say, everybody, guys, go out and split up in twos. They hide behind the walls. They compensate for bullets that may hit them. They hide. They know how far into the wall they have to hide. The robots will be able to do all that with artificial intelligence. Okay, so they'll have it figured out. If not, AI figures it out before us. You know, that is a cool piece of equipment you got there.
Yeah, like when you said when AI will actually choreograph events. Yeah, that's when it gets a little bit scary.
Well, it's already getting scary now. But you know what, guys? We do not have to worry because where we're going with this, because God is only going to allow AI to get so advanced before we're out of here.
Yeah.
And then after that, it'll probably be unlimited, where humanity will have to run from these things when they see them coming. You know that, right, Shane?
Yeah.
It will follow. These things will have the ability to, just a simple thing that Shane's got right there. That's artificial intelligence. That's been programmed locally inside that phone or app to follow Shane's face. If you put a small pistol on that phone and it says shoot Shane in the face, it's going to find your face, Shane, and shoot you.
Shoot me. What did I do? What did I do?
Well, that just shows you. He just gave a demonstration. That is facial tracking. That is partly what the AI will learn. It's already got all that in it now. But just a simple gimbal like that, just to show you that it does, that technology is real. You're seeing a live video. This ain't CGI. Now, like I said, now they're training AI now to scan a crowd through security cameras. They see someone like Shane walk and say, hey, that guy looks suspicious. And Shane's like, oh, I'm just walking, man. But you look suspicious. And they can pull him from the crowd. Folks, that's where it's going. Minority Report is, you've seen the movie. We're going to be there soon. Okay? And people are going to be like, I had no idea, man. I had no idea we would get there that fast. No, we didn't get there that fast. AI did it on its own because Satan and his fallen angels got us there that fast. Because they have a deadline they have to meet, folks. Do you understand me? 7 years we got laid out in front of us. They have to get all this done before the 3.5 year mark comes. Folks, the 3.5, mark my words, when the 3.5 year tribulation starts, the great tribulation, that is when AI will we be doing artificial superior intelligence. That's one step higher than AGI. And they will have their robots ready by that time. Shane, if you're here and you see this, all your thoughts and speculations will come true. You'll say, Rick, these robots could do everything now without even human input. Because Satan will be controlling them. You know, the movie The Terminator, their eyes were glowing red. Why? Because they're demon possessed. Folks, demons are disembodied spirits. If they want to, and I know this will happen, I just know it will, during the tribulation, the great tribulation, the last 3.5 years, the AGI, all these robots, they'll be run by AGI to do one thing, to capture people that did not take the mark. And guess what? Satan's like, I'll take it even further. They'll send Satan and his demons, the embodied spirits, will go inside these robots. And guess what? It won't even need AGI anymore, folks. The robot will move because of an evil spirit will be in it. All the thinking and thoughts will be coming from that deadly evil spirit. Now, folks call me crazy. We know that demons are real. They know they can possess a pig or possess a human to do whatever it wants. One on a machine, it's not that far off, okay? And it can get in a robot during that time and do it at the will of the devil. The devil will wield these robots to go get these people. Come on, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
The AGI won't even be used during that time. It will be for other things, but when these robots take over during the tribulation, it's demons. It's all demons in them. They're going to go around, walking around, and they'll grab people and say, look, you're coming with us. I said, well, how do you speak so normal like a human? Because there's a freaking fallen angel. There's a demon inside that robot, a disembodied spirit that's speaking through it. That's all it is, and controlling its every actuator. That, folks, is coming.
It's interesting when they talk about aliens and all that kind of stuff coming down to Earth. If you think about, some of these companies are actually very good at creating prosthetic, like makeup and skin and all that, like Mission Impossible stuff. You know, and you put the skin on, you take the mask off, all that kind of stuff. Michael Jackson was famous for wearing masks and going out in public, going to movie theaters, going to places, just so he can kind of blend in. And we know that there are celebrities that will do that. So imagine having an entity like a demonic spirit that's inside half man, half machine or something, and it has a skin over top of it like us. You would never know. You would think, oh, it just looks just like us. But meanwhile, underneath, it's actually a demon-possessed person, creature, whatever it is, a hybrid, half machine, half human. If they keep building these machines to get to where there's an alien type Nephilim creature, and we're looking at the technology today and we're like, wow, they're pretty close, and then they put masks on these robots, eventually we'll get to the point where you just put those robots aside and you bring out the Nephilim with the same type of mask, and you're like, oh, those are just the robots that we saw 6 months ago, but they're really good. They're like 10 feet, 12 feet tall. But when you look at their eyes, they actually look real. Like they look like aliens or something underneath the robots. And you're like, how is that? Well, it's because they're Nephilim hiding amongst us. It's crazy, man. That's coming. Like the Nephilim are going to be living amongst us. And some of them you'll be able to tell because they're like 2 stories tall or whatever. And other ones will be looking just like Rick or me with a mask on, a human prosthetic mask on. But if you rip it off, all of a sudden you see the real demon, the real Nephilim underneath it. I believe, anyway. That might be too crazy for your channel, though. Sorry if I went off the grid. Talking about aliens on your show. I might have been.
Oh boy, I know, right? We got to be careful. But look, I'm going to show you something here, guys. This here now kind of shifted gears about aliens. You know,
why when I mentioned that maybe you're from the Nephilim family? What happened there?
See this, guys? This girl started.
Not denying it, folks. No.
Look at this. Look at this alien hysteria. This woman here managed to get everybody riled up about aliens, okay? And it's already done. It's already done.
That's the alien.
Yeah, this girl here, she managed to get everybody going about aliens during this game. This girl is the psychic I was talking about. She has caused a lot of hysteria over this game. She made a prediction that they will come down and abduct us during the game. Not us, but people at the game, like 700 people. She caused a mess hole of hysteria of
How did you find this psychic chick?
She popped up on my Facebook feed.
Então, assim, eu vou continuar tendo essa coragem, eu vou continuar tendo.
Now, I'm going to get rid of her real quick because she's a total fraud, because she's in touch with spirits, okay, which are fallen spirits.
Just like in the first book of Samuel, when Saul was actually forbidden to talk to familiar spirits, and he hired a witch of Endor. And this witch, basically, I think she was actually a ventriloquist, but that's me going all Black Swanny, because when she was talking to Saul, Saul's like, hey, can you bring up Samuel? And then she's like, oh, what are you doing and all this? And he's like, never mind that. What do you see? Since you asked me for Samuel, I see an old guy with white hair. That's him. That's Samuel. It's like, wow, really? You're that's pretty good there. I remember one time when I used to do door knocking for an energy company, I knocked on the door and a lady answered the door and said, what do you want? And I said, I thought you would know, because on the outside she was a tarot card reader, and she didn't even know that I was coming. I'm knocking on the door and she goes, what do you want? I'm like, you should know what I want.
Yeah,
exactly. I need to sign this energy contract. So you're a fraud.
Just like I said, speaking of what Shane is saying, that girl there, the reason why she's a fraud, because Satan used her, okay? That's what he did. He's using her and uses people like her, uses channelers, you name it, remote viewers, to get people going, to cause a hysteria around the world. And where I'm going with this is, this just adds the fuel to the fire that causes hysteria with aliens, because everybody's thinking about aliens right now. And it's a good time of the year, too, because we're only 6 months in. And you think about it, why did this not happen last year or the year before or the year before?
That's a good point. We weren't
it's a good
about
point.
Last year.
We were not anywhere close to this kind of thing. We talked about an alien here and there, but now everybody's posting stuff on their Facebook about aliens. I see all these pictures with Trump now with aliens. Even our own president is putting out pictures with him with the Nords and aliens now. Our own president, we've never seen this in history, folks. You go back, you won't find one time it's happened. This year, it all happened. Why, folks? Are we going up in the rapture this year, maybe?
Feels like it. Feels like we're going home this year.
It does.
Last year, we didn't see any of this stuff. Now
I wasn't feeling it.
A big distraction right now.
Now, there could be a number of reasons why this is doing. Some say it's the Epstein files. I don't really think it's that. It's part of it. But mostly, maybe that's what Satan used. He said, well, I'll create them a reason to promote my agenda, which is the alien agenda, the Epstein files. He said, and to get the war. You know, they say an event could trigger another event, that God wants this event to happen. He says, well, if this event needs to happen first, for this event to be triggered. So there's a reason. The Epstein file craze, that wouldn't cause him to start wars or have a war with Iran, and it'll cause him to push aliens, to distract everybody with these. You see, Satan's clever, folks. he'll use one event to trigger two other excuses for two other events to happen. It's called a domino effect, okay? And it domino effect it morphed into aliens and wars because of this one event that took place. It's like this and like this and like that. Epstein files. Now I don't know what his problem is with. I mean, some say of all that. I'm not going to get into that in my show because I don't get striked on my channel by YouTube. But this has never happened by a sitting president, folks, with aliens. And well, we know wars have been happening.
He went on those islands?
I don't know. I can't say yes or no to that. I don't know.
I don't want you to get a strike on here.
I don't know. I can't sit here and say it. I don't know. Like I said, I base things on facts and speculation.
He was on that island. I know.
Well, if he did, he probably went there to do whatever. I don't care. I mean, like I said, that blood is all on his hands, and he's going to have to answer to God one day for it. Okay? If he's not saved and he gets left behind, he's going to be a tribulation saint. And I believe me, the devil will have good use for him. And I think I know what he's going to use him for. He's a builder. He's a builder. He's a builder. You know what a builder does? They build buildings. Guess what's getting built during the tribulation? The start of the first three. That's the temple, the third temple. He'll have his hands all over that. Maybe he's not saved, guys. Maybe it's true. Maybe he did a lot of bad things out there, like you say, Shane. Okay? We know weird no matter what. Listen to me, no matter what, guys.
We're on an island hanging out. I didn't say he did bad things.
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying whatever people are saying, the bottom line is we are to pray for our president. We are supposed to love one another. Pray that he gets saved, because you are to love your enemies. I'm not saying he's an enemy, but you know what I mean. I'm going with what Jesus said. Listen to Jesus. He said, love your enemy. Forgive one another. Pray for one another. Have a spirit of giving. That's all. Just, someone's saying, let Shane speak. I'm going to let you speak, Shane. Give me a moment, guys. Shane, go ahead, man. Go ahead and talk.
This is how we talk. We don't cut each other off.
Guys.
We just go back and forth. You put me on the whole show.
I'll be back.
So today's show is actually sponsored by Pepsi.
Are you kidding me?
He's going to get strikes now. Let's talk about Pepsi today. How good is Diet Pepsi? I'm telling you, Diet Pepsi is great. I think Rick is onto something when it comes to the whole deception thing with aliens being everywhere. And I think it's getting worse and worse. My personal opinion that deception is actually increasing. According to the book of Daniel, we see it getting worse and worse. Paul talks about that as well in 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. He talks about the Antichrist and talks about one day that we will be captured, we will be taken, we will be harpazoed up to meet the Lord in the air. And that's something that we get excited about as end time watchers, because that's what we are. Like, we didn't really exist like 4 years ago. We weren't really watching. Some of us were, like Bob was watching for a while, but I wasn't paying attention to this stuff over 4 years ago. It was really once Russia invaded Ukraine, all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? This feels like end time-ish to me. This feels like an end time type of event. Then I started reading the book of Revelation. Got to a point where I was reading the book of Revelation every single week just for fun, just for kicks. And then I started going through the entire Bible. So now when I look at some of the events that are going on, I compare my notes to what I have from the Old Testament. And the Old Testament, when you think about King David, he had spies everywhere. He had spies over to Gaza, which is basically that whole area used to be run by the tribe of Dan. So when we say from the river to the sea, that is a psalm. That's not something the Palestinians came up with. That they might be chanting that, but prophetically, they're probably not understanding what they're saying is something that was written in the Psalms. from the river to the sea, meaning God will have dominion over that whole area. He will have total control, total reign. It doesn't matter if people try to divide up the land of Israel, they cannot do it. They can't do it. So in King David's time, he sent spies everywhere, and so did King Solomon. Solomon sent spies. There was one, what's the guy's name? There's a guy that was a Benjamite, and he was throwing stones at King David when they were actually carrying King David over the Jordan River, arguably where Jesus was baptized, arguably where Joshua crossed over the Jordan in order to invade Canaan. We see David being cast out because his son Absalom was going to take over, and David didn't want Jerusalem destroyed because of Absalom, so he fled with all his people. And one guy, Shimei or something like that, was throwing stones at King David, cursing him, saying, "You're a bloody king. This is why this is happening to you." And King David's men wanted to execute this guy on the spot. And King David said, "Who knows? Maybe God is using this guy to keep me humble. Who knows?" But later, when King Solomon came to power, King David said, "You're a wise guy. You know what to do with this guy." And so he took Shimei and he said, "Look, if you leave your house, you're as good as dead." Shimei went to Gath, pretending that two of his donkeys went to Gath, went over there, came back. King Solomon said, "What? Didn't you hear me? You acknowledged that when I said you're as good as dead if you leave." And he had this guy executed. So there's spies everywhere. So when I see stuff going on today, I can go to the Old Testament and flip through it and say, this is a playbook right out of the Bible. And what's happening right now today was prophesied by Jesus Christ in Matthew 24. He said, when you see these things, look up. And that's what we're doing. That's what Rick's doing. Rick is looking up every single day. And that's why he's asking for prayer, because he wants his dad to be caught up in the rapture as well, to be harpazoed with all of us and not pass away today, even though he'll be with the Lord. So it's actually not a bad deal. It's either your dad goes ahead of us or we go together with him in the clouds and meet everyone in the air and be with Jesus forever. So it's a win-win. If you're a Christian and you fall asleep today, it's a win, because Paul says to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. I'm starting to sound like Jack Van Impe now, except minus
Jack Van Impe. I remember him.
Yeah, he was good. I used to watch
his
stuff with Roxella and all that.
Rexella. Yeah, this week in Bible prophecy with Peter Rallon. Remember them?
Yes, and I remember
that was good.
On Jack Van Impe, he had a guy that would always say, "This week you could get a box set of CDs from Jack Van Impe's prophecy."
The guy that talks real deep. Yeah,
I was like, we need one of those guys on our show.
That guy had a great voice.
He did.
You can rock solo. That's how he sounded.
Yeah, actually, you could do that for me. Do that voice. Let's say
Captain Black Swan. Here he is. And he will be watching. You can buy one of his sets, his free books.
Perfect. Are you kidding me? You nailed it. You hit a home run.
And
you have a radio
also
voice.
check out his channel.
Radio.
And we could go on to Captain Jack's Flight and just check him out. Now back to
Mine is all squeaky.
Now back.
Now, why are you so serious? Why
now back to Rexella. Rexella, take it away. You guys. You can take your first steps with the Lord, walk with the Lord with this little pamphlet on your new steps with the Lord today. She always held it up, remember?
Yes. Yep.
And she goes, now with your walk with the Lord. Until next week, we love you. And Jack Van Impe, he's like, look at me. Do you want to receive Jesus today? And they zoom in on his face. I always thought his head was getting bigger.
You can have Jesus Christ today. You can know Jesus Christ today.
He is good, man. I miss him.
We preach the same gospel that Paul preached, 1 Corinthians 15, verses 1-4, and he would just go boom, 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 man. He actually had the New Testament memorized, and he was working on memorizing the Old Testament when he passed away. God rest his soul. So this guy was a memory machine. He had
he was a walking Bible,
New
of
Testament
course.
memorized.
Yeah,
Crazy.
he
man.
was a walking human Bible. That guy.
Yes.
He
Yeah, that's
memorized
what they
all the
basically called
verses.
him. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Guess who's on, guys? They got this show on. I actually invited. I forgot that he had his show on tonight.
Yeah, you're interrupting Thursday nights with Jason K.
I forgot that he had his show on tonight. I invited him on, and he says, "Rick, I got my show tonight." So yeah, he probably thought I did it on purpose to bring his.
No, he didn't think you did it, but I was
do that.
surprised that you're doing your show.
It's because of my father. People were wanting me to give a nice update. So why don't I just go live? Because all the stuff that's going on, the earthquakes, the alien stuff, it deserved a live tonight, folks. It really did.
When you're done this live, I have a pre-recorded video that I'm going to upload after your live show. So we'll call it like overtime. But it's pre-recorded. It's only like 30 minutes. But I talk about Taiwan. I talk about semiconductor chips, AI chips, NVIDIA, all this stuff. What's going on? Is Taiwan the next kind of black swan event? So after this show, that show is ready to fire. So I will unlist it and make it public for the whole world to see. And I'm telling you, it will blow your socks off.
Here, I got Jackman Impey on here right now.
Nice. Let's listen to him.
All right.
Yeah, it's nice to have fellowship on Thursday night.
This guy, he's a good channel. Let me just go ahead and do that. All right.
If I have to slam my lid shut quickly, it's because my wife is home. Okay. It's not that I'm embarrassed to be on the show, but I told her, I said, give me a warning when you're coming home, because I'm doing a live show at the kitchen table. And if she comes home, I'll be like, hey, what? Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Control Alt Delete real quick.
Classic.
Check this out.
Here
he is, that commentator.
Episode of Jack Van Impe Presents, with today's headlines added to show the fulfillment of Bible prophecy.
Yep. There he is.
And the Lord,
legend.
I've been misled. Come in, cleanse me.
Amen. Every last sin.
It's so nice
How
to him.
good to know that we. Please, JBIM.com.
Nice
so go there too. You can.
You should be like, hey, go
on that white horse
book.
So okay. Let me just let me put this in.
Why can't you be like Roxella, Rick, to me? Why can't you be nice like she is?
Because I'm not nice. I'm like you, man. We're both like that.
I know. We're both rough around the edges, man. Raw.
Oh, let's see here. Hold on a second. Here we go. This is it. This is
Satan Superman would be a good video to watch even today, because he talks about the Antichrist and all this stuff where he's coming out of, I don't know if he said he's coming out of Europe or out of from the Muslim nation somewhere. They're looking for their Messiah as well, which is interesting. The Muslims are all over that. They're waiting for their Mahdi or Mahdi.
Here it is. This is back in 1994.
Prime time.
This is when you probably watched him a lot.
Yep.
Dr.
There
Jack
we go.
and Rexella Vanapi
Turn up a little bit.
today's news in the
That's how
light
high
of
it goes.
Okay.
prophecy.
Are the momentous events taking place in Russia and Israel and the increasing number of natural disasters occurring globally specifically mentioned in the Bible? Jack, how about this?
Definitely. Jesus said in Matthew 24:33, when you see all these signs,
See, there you go.
my return is near.
Sunday, 2 a.m. on Fox 29.
So cool. I remember that. I used to eat that stuff up when I was a kid, man. Loved it.
I missed that. Yeah, I've watched it, and wow, guys, I'm telling you, man. And, you thought the times were there at that time. The alien hysteria was not going on. There wasn't no AI. Things weren't ready yet. None of this stuff was built. If Satan would have came in and did it then, it wouldn't have worked. Of course, he could have gotten it to work, but we didn't have semiconductor super fast computers back in 1994. So that couldn't have worked. The aliens would have had to come down and physically show them to build all that. Okay? But see, God's timeline, it wasn't in the right time. He says, let's wait till 2026 and then do it. And there we are. 1994 to 2026. It's a little over 30 years, guys. You know? And all the people, when you got excited back there, you probably didn't get excited after 10 years and no rapture still. You're probably like, nah. They kind of blush it off a little bit for a while. How can you brush it off now, guys? The way it's going, it's exploding right now compared to 1994.
Yep. Yeah, it's not even like, man, we're talking about even like a year. Like it's last year we weren't talking, like you said, about aliens. 2 years ago we weren't talking about AI. Everything was just future. I remember even as a kid sitting in a pulpit at a Pentecostal church, and we were going through the book of Revelation, and they were talking about taking the mark of the beast. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that kind of makes sense. Maybe the Antichrist or the false prophet is walking around with the magic marker and then putting something, on your forehead or whatever, just going around going like marking little. Oh, hang on here. Wait, is this permanent? I think it's permanent. I don't want to put a permanent mark on my face, but that's how I used to think. What are you doing, man? I didn't have a Jiffy marker, man. Can you imagine putting 666 on my forehead? If people came to this channel, they'd be like, "What do you have a Satanist on your channel? What is going on?" No, I'm saying that back when I was a kid, we used to think that they had Jiffy markers to put numbers like 666 on our forehead, on our hand, and that's as far as we thought. We started thinking about chips probably in the 80s. I think we started 90s. We started talking about chips under the skin, under the forehead. But now when you have things like this, it's almost like we don't leave home without these things. I go upstairs, I go to the bathroom, and I take the phone with me to watch Rick's show. I'm telling you, man. I take this phone everywhere, even into the movie theater. And in church, we go for hikes. I can't leave the house without taking my phone with me. It's crazy, right? But when I was a kid, I was bored stiff, and I'm like, what are we going to do today? Well, let's go play tennis. Let's go for a bike ride. Let's go get lost in the woods. But now it's like, oh, I'm bored. Let's see what's going on today in the world of YouTube or Instagram or whatever, right? That's how we are today. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, somebody asked to come on my show sometime. You just send me an email at my channel name at gmail.com, okay? Someone that wanted to come on my show, that person knows who it is. But yeah, we've been on now for an hour and 39 minutes. I can't believe that time goes that quick. We're going to end this broadcast at 10:30, guys. We actually did a full 2-hour show tonight, but it deserved it because of all the stuff. That's right. What do you think, Shane, of all these earthquakes going on? You seen how many we had? They're saying almost 11 to 20,000 people are declared dead, buried under rubble in Venezuela. That's right below us, folks. What? Yes.
That's crazy, man.
Massive earthquake just hit like the other day. I seen videos of buildings and everything just rumbled down the ground. Look like a movie scene. Rubble everywhere. Buildings down. It's getting bad, folks. We got earthquakes going on everywhere, even in California now. We got that all going on at the same time with this alien hysteria. Folks, can we say birth pains and rapture about to take place?
Yeah, we can. I am.
How much worse does it have to get, folks, before God has had enough to get us out of here? We're feeling the effects already. We're starting to feel the wind blow already from 2027. It's just around the corner, actually. 6 months will go by quick. Yep. I hope we don't make it to that year. I hope we are gone before that. We have a very high rapture window coming up in September of this year. And you know all the hysteria that's going to cause. There'll be a lot of channels promoting the day and hour. We'll have a couple of you know who, and even him might come out of the word work again. I ain't going to say his name, but you know who. Yeah, the one guy that got everybody going and nothing happened. He didn't even apologize. So
Right.
So get ready for all that, guys. Maybe this time he'll be right, because this time around we're in the final year, because 2033, Jesus died 33 AD. They say it started the 2,000 year countdown. So that brings us to 2026, 2033, 7 years back. You do the math, 26 to 33 is 7 years. Well, actually 27 starting. Now, does it look like it's going to happen? Because the way this year looks compared to every year before that, this year is definitely separate from all the previous years. If God is going by that 1,000 years, and if he is, and that's truly the end of the 7,000 or 6,000 years, then we have to be out of here this year. I know it sounds like I'm setting a date, solid date, but if he's going by that date, 6,000 years, and it's actually in other words, it's accurate to the T, and next year begins the 7 year, then we obviously do the math. We have to be out of here this year then. Am I right, Shane?
Yep.
So
yeah, that's what most people are saying. Like this year,
it's different.
Yeah, and I think what's going to happen, let's just say if we're here, I think we have to revisit a few things, because it's like right now, it looks like if you think about 2033, that's 7 years away. So we're in that window right now, 6,000 years from Adam.
Yeah.
2,000 years exactly after Jesus died on the cross, rose again on the third day. We're in that marker, and I think you can't help it. It doesn't feel like it's going to be 6,500 years, 8,500 years. 6,000 years seems to line up with the idea of Jesus coming down and having a millennium kingdom for 1,000 years. That would equal 7,000. So I think we're there. I think we're there in that range. So I just set my my timer for my show. It will start at exactly 10:30 your time. So
yeah. So what are you doing? You're just going to go on live by yourself?
No, it's a premiere. I already pre-recorded it before it came on your show. So it's on a timer right now.
Why don't you just go live?
What's
you probably
that?
can't. Your wife is coming home. She won't let you go live.
Yeah,
tonight.
and well, we're live right now. So this isn't Spaceballs part 1 and 2. Like I can't be live on another show while I'm live with you.
No, I know that, but I'm saying that she's not going to let you go live. Let's say you get off my show in a few minutes, and she's like, hasn't came home yet, and you wanted to say, I'm just not going to do the premiere. I'll just go live for a little overtime. If she comes home and catches you live, is she going to wring your neck out for doing that?
No, not at all.
Okay,
But she wants to watch baseball on this TV, and if I don't have the baseball game when she gets home, she's going to beat me with the baseball bat.
Well, maybe we should stay live a little bit to see that happen.
No, like I'm telling you, even though my wife is like 5'125", tell you the martial arts.
I didn't know she was that violent, man. Really?
Oh yeah, she'll be coming home and she's like, "Honey, I mean,
you better have that game on.
You better have that game on, because when I pull up in the garage, if that game isn't on, look out."
She's gonna come in. She's got that bat in the corner of candy
for
you,
man.
Man.
Suplex City is out there. Suplex City. She's gonna be suplexing me into the neighbor's yard.
Well, you better. Well, you turn the camera. We need more entertainment on my show tonight.
Oh man, no, it's crazy, man.
You know I'm kidding, man.
My point is, my wife loves baseball more than me. She's a fanatic.
Well, it's good that your head don't look like a baseball, man. She'll be using it for practice tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the only reason why I said, because I'm actually occupying the living room, and the first thing she's going to do is watch the replay and whatever of baseball. And plus, I have a pre-recorded show. I'm telling you, this is probably the best video that people are going to see in the next 30 minutes, I think. After that, I can't promise anything. You might find a better video after the 30 minutes. But during the 30 minutes, it's the best video on the planet.
You know, I seen the Sea Dance 2.5. It's way better than Sea Dance 2.0. They're just getting better and better with this movie stuff. And, you know, like I said, I paused my making of my film for a little bit to wait and see what this AI is doing.
You told me your movie was going to be made.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out, and it hasn't because I paused it because this AI keeps getting better. My stuff, it makes all my stuff look like cheese.
When is your movie coming out?
Hold on, that's a very bold statement and a big question to be asking me, but I'll get to that in a second. This stuff looks like it was actually shot in Hollywood. The way it sounds and looks, it makes all my shots look like cheese bread. Terrible compared to what it could do. So I'm going back and reshooting scenes, and it's delaying my film every month like this. But you know what? It's going to be worth watching when it's done. Okay,
that's the Disclosure Day.
It's going to look good. It's going to look like Rick. There's no way. You know what you'll be saying, Shane? There's no way Rick shot this with AI. It'll look like it was done with a real camera and shotgun boom mic. It's going to look that good. It's not going to look like AI, guys.
Maybe what I'll do is I'll pretend I'm working when my wife comes home. That way she could be on my show. I'll just be like, oh, honey, I'm just typing
working on your computer, right?
Yeah, I'm just working on my computer. And then we
just stay on with me. Just stay on for 20 minutes right now, and she'll come walking behind you. Honey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm trying to fix my camera on my computer. Really, she's live. All of a sudden, you're sitting there, and she catches on to your scheme. I see a baseball bat in your head disappearing really fast. I said, oh, I guess she figured it out, and she hit him with a baseball bat. I said, there's no AI in that video. You should make an AI video of that, where your wife catches you on the computer and she swats your head off your neck, and it's all AI. That would be like, wouldn't be funny, but just for you it might be.
Well, yeah,
she'll be like, why would you do that and make me look bad like that?
She knows that there's a live button. She'll walk by and she'll be like, are you live? And I'll be like, no. And she'll look at it and she's like, okay.
You liar.
And then she'll talk to me. So she knows already. She knows I want her on my show. Wouldn't that be great to have the
Why don't you bring her on next time you come on a show?
It's because I think a few things. She's not into the public realm, although she's beautiful. She's like, I don't know. I'm not into the aliens coming down and all this. I'd rather just, read a good book and that kind of stuff, and just kind of not really into the alien disclosure stuff. So I had to have a buddy to go to the show with. But if it's like a romance show, like what's that one? Like Nottingham or Nottingdale, or what's that one with Hugh Grant and what's her name? Julia Roberts. I think it was not what's it called? I forget what it is. One of those romance movies, 3 women under a cedar rock or cedar wood, three little women. She likes those kind of shows, right? John Wick, 2 shots to the head, not her cup of tea. That's my cup of tea. I like shows like that. 2 shots to the head, no dialogue. I'm in. You had me at hello.
Oh, you got me live on your show, on your channel. That's nice. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. So like I said, guys, we're looking at
Who's Vaughn?
What's that?
Somebody just said, who's Vaughn? Somebody's trying to start something here.
Who's Vaughn? Oh, they're probably wanting to wonder where Vaughn is at. Vaughn was live earlier. I thought I saw him,
So is he still allowed on your show or what?
You know what? I told him he can come on my show anytime he wants. Even on the day that happened, he was allowed on my show. I said, Vaughn, you can come on my show anytime. He distanced himself away from all our channels now. He wants to be alone.
Like he's busy on his show.
And I'm like, I said, okay, let the man go. Let him do what he wants, and that's fine. And I told Vaughn he's always welcome on my show.
Yeah.
We have our little differences on here, but I don't hold them against you.
Yeah. The one thing I know about you,
we have room for correction, though. But
you do not hold grudges. That there's something missing in your mechanism in your head. You like everyone. You don't hold a grudge. You're
Well,
not.
I'm just
malicious. You don't
doing what
get
Jesus told me to
against.
do. You gotta
Good,
love.
man.
You gotta love everybody. You can't
Not
just be
everybody is
against
like
everybody.
You're good that way.
Well, you know what though? See it as a role model. Jesus is a role model. He totally showed us the way to live. If you try to be Christ-like in every way, you love your enemies. You know, you don't judge because God only can judge. I don't go around judging. I just look. You're all is welcome on my show, and you know.
I believe
But
that.
it gives me a chance to. I could correct. There's correction, room for correction, and to plant a seed in a person. I'll do it. And instead of holding a grudge, why not you try to save that person?
And you apologize too. I've never seen a guy apologize more on this channel than you.
Yeah.
So that it goes. You can have
That
anybody
goes a
on your
long
channel.
ways.
Yeah. So I think you're authentic, and I aspire to be like you because I punt people. They say something weird. I'm like, punted. I punted.
Well, I
Steven
don't.
accidentally.
I have the guys that you got people. We have our moderators that come on here and they'll punt people out of here.
Yeah.
Blue Angel, she's a moderator. I didn't even know I had her on there. Is that Blue? Is that Blue the one that's got her channel about the rapture, or is that someone else?
I don't know. Click on it to see. Tennessee
looks
TV
like her.
shows news won't be on tonight. What? Blue Angel W9S. That's her name. That's her
I don't
channel
know
name.
if that's what's her name. Is that what's her name? The one that has her channel? Blue Haven. It might be that girl instead. I don't know.
Where is Bob Barber? Bob Barber is at home.
Yeah, he's at home, or he's either in the rapture with us. When it
We're not
happens.
raptured, so maybe.
No,
we're
when
left
it
behind.
happens, he'll either be there or he'll be in the clouds if we get raptured.
I thought you were trying to suggest that maybe we got left behind.
No. If we got left behind, it'd be seriously that would make God a liar, because God is not a liar. If he leaves some people behind just because he feels like it, you know, that we took Jesus as our Lord, it would make God a liar. It would. He said, why did God leave some people? And I thought all the people that are saved are going up.
Mhm.
Like I said,
Who's
God
Chris?
keeps his promises.
Do you know who Chris is? Somebody said, "What's going on with Chris? Something bad happened, right?" Don't know what that is.
Chris East, is it Chris Eastep? We only know one Chris on here.
Yeah, that's only Chris I know, so I don't know.
Something
don't
bad
know.
happened. Let me go to Chris's channel, see if anything's going on. Did his
Put it
channel
on
get
screen.
deleted?
I'll pretend I'm Captain Kirk. Uhura! Put
On
it on screen.
On screen.
On screen, Uhura. Spock, are you out of your fucking mind?
Did you just say effing word? It sounded almost like you did. It almost did.
Get out of my falcon mind.
Vulcan mind. Oh man, are you green-blooded, inhuman? And Spock would raise one eyebrow. McCoy is funny, man.
He is. You green-blooded.
I'll tell you, the best Star Treks were the original ones in the 80s. The newest ones are just like trash compared. I don't even watch them anymore.
I know. Yep.
The very first Star Trek, I remember when the series was out, the eyes big time line wrapped around the theater when they finally came out with the movie Star Trek. It became a movie. That movie, my father said he waited in a long line for that.
Me too. I bought the book that just had pictures. That's how much I loved Star Trek, the motion picture. And it's still one of my favorites today, but kids
James
today
Honor
will not watch it today because it's boring.
you know who James Honor? Is it James Honor or John Honor? James Honor was the guy that made the soundtrack to all the first 3 Star Treks.
Oh,
well done. He is
I didn't know that.
amazing.
I thought it was John Williams, but it could be wrong.
John Honor, James Honor. He does amazing work when it comes to doing film cinematic
Star Trek
scores.
2, The Wrath of Khan.
That was the best one right there.
Still,
the way the soundtrack was great, man.
Yep.
I fell in love with that.
Damn peculiar. Shields! Raise shields!
Oh, yeah.
I can't, sir. I can't. I've watched a lot of Star Trek. I could probably.
Yeah, the Wrath of Khan's like, he goes, oh, no. Oh, you all are going to die. He turns on that Genesis Remember?
Watch this impression of Kirk. Con.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yes,
I even did the echo.
And I'm gonna keep hurting you. He's gone. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
you killed my son, and he's like, the next one I kill will be this. And remember that when he caught him, they were on that planet, it was destroyed. It was in the search of Spock.
Yes.
And he goes, I've just killed your son. You've killed my son. He goes, I will beam myself down there. And when he beamed him down, it was just him and you. He says, we need to get off this planet now, or we both will die. And he's like, yes, that's right. It will be a glorious. We'll both die. Right. And they had to fight each other. And then finally he had him on the end of that clip, and he says, I am sick of you. And he gave him the boot, and he fell off that ledge into the lava. Remember that?
That's right. Christopher Plummer, I think, was
the guy that played the Back to the Future. It was the guy that played the Klingon.
He made a great Klingon.
Yeah, I didn't realize, but he did actually.
He was good in it, man.
Talk, do. You know what that is, right?
Torpedo.
It's one of their languages from the Klingon.
Well, I know what language that is, but I don't know.
I've always wanted to engage in a Federation ship. Remember that?
Kane
remember
was
that?
Pretty good too. I like Kane. Star Trek.
And then he near the end, he's like, "I apologize for my son's actions." He goes, "I'm sorry, sir." Remember that?
Nope.
Yeah, I remember all the one-liners in these movies.
Good. I remember the original series quite a bit. A lot of Spock. What's his name? Scotty.
Don't go in there. You'll flood the whole department.
No.
Don't go in there.
No.
Jim, don't go in there. You'll flood the whole department. Something like that. And
he's dead. He's
dead already, man.
Yep, it's good.
Remember?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and he goes, "Hey, hup," and he's like, they send out that coffin into space, and they shoot it out, and it hits that planet. It goes into that planet, and that's how they found Spock later in 3.
That's right. Out of all the souls,
making me want to watch Star Trek tonight. Now, man,
human. His was the most human. You got to do that with your mouth because Kirk was almost gonna cry. Human. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Star Trek 2 tonight. I think marathon time.
You're gonna stream it on your channel?
No, I have Netflix, man. No, yeah, stream it live and watch it. That would be funny, just to do a reaction.
Well, you do a reaction, but you could get away with it. Just put the whole movie on there. You'll say bye-bye to your channel.
Well, not necessarily. It just won't be able to play if you're doing it live. But if you say this is for educational purposes over and over again, maybe it'll be okay. You can try it.
Well, here it is. Chris is he hasn't put out a video yet. He usually puts out a video every day, usually 2-3 hours apart. He's at 22 hours. He still hasn't put out a video yet. So if someone says something bad happened to him, so that guy works very hard putting out his Bible stuff. He buys Bibles and loads them on a truck. That's what he tells us.
Oh wow.
All right, someone said he's sick. Okay. This person here in the chat. Well, we'll pray for him. Okay, Shane, we got 1 minute. I want to let you do a closing thoughts, and then I'm going to go ahead and eject you from the pod.
Thanks. Thanks, Dave. Why are you doing this, Dave, to me? Why?
We should just do a whole show, do one-liners from movies, and see what we can guess, like trivia. Can you guess this line from this movie?
Mm-hmm.
Call it Rick and Shane's movie trivia one-liners, and people will be piling up in the chat room for that.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me on the show. It was good. Just feels like we're just having a cup of coffee chatting, so I appreciate that. And thank you very much.
I will always be, shall be your friend. Live long and prosper.
Oh, man.
Live long and prosper, my friend.
Buddy, you're a comedian tonight, man. What a way to end the show. I shall be
and always be your friend.
Your friend. Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Live long and prosper.
That's right.
And then
all right, man. Well, I'll see
right.
you later. And don't forget to watch my show after. See you guys. Ciao.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. That was Shane. Shane is exiting the stage. And just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I didn't expect this show to be this long. I actually originally planned it only for an hour, but I had fun tonight. I had Shane come on. It kept the ball rolling. I appreciate that, Shane. Folks, where I'm going right now with this tonight is it all comes down to this. Are you saved? Do you know Jesus? If you don't know Jesus, folks, today is the day of salvation, okay? You want to give your life to Jesus, folks, today, okay? It'll be too late after that if you die and end up in hell. That's where you'll end up at, okay? You do not want to end up in a bad place like that, or you don't want to be left behind in the rapture. Once you get left behind, you're stuck here for 7 years. That's the horrors you'll have to endure, okay? So, we love you guys. We do not want to see anybody perish. Give your life to Jesus. Okay. My father, he's sleeping right now and he's in the hospital. He's doing okay. He's coming. He'll be leaving tomorrow, the hospital. He's only going to be there for one night. I had a nice conversation over the phone with him. He did sound a little tired because they put you under to sleep for the operation. And it was a successful operation. And, let's hope this did the trick. That he feels way better over the next couple days. I want to thank everybody for their prayers. All the prayers that were said. It's amazing how the power of prayer works. And that's why I suggest you pray for your loved ones that could be in distress right now. Okay? All right. Here's someone here, one of our moderators is saying, please remember my brother in the hospital. As yesterday, bowel blockage. Yes, pray for these people. I pray every night for people that are in need. Okay? And pray for Chris, too, to get better. People are saying it's going to be in July and August. Now, we'll see what's going to happen, folks, All right, guys. I'm going to log off. You know what to do. Like, subscribe. It only takes 2 seconds to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. It's free to do. YouTube does not charge for it. Also, share this video out. Make it viral. Also, if God lays on your heart, if you wish to support my ministry, you know what to do. Scroll down to the description box below. If you want to send a one-time donation, that'd be awesome. Okay? I would love to see Jesus come back in 2026. My father does too. We're sick of this. We're tired. Let's go home. I want to get out of here. We are so tired. But until then, folks, we are to occupy for Jesus. Other words, we are to do the gospel of Christ. Hit the floor like it's like our last day here, like the rapture is going to happen today, and try to save everybody on the ark as quickly as possible. All right, guys, I will see you all later. Until next time, I'll either see you in the clouds or tune in this coming Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's this Monday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Florida, New York time zone. And we come on for 2 hours. It's a full show. We'll have all our panelists with us. We talk about Bible prophecy, about Jesus' imminent return, and how the news headlines fits into it. We talk a little bit about everything that relates to the end times. It's a great show. Well, all our shows are recorded. Go look at the previous ones. Okay, guys, take care. I love you. We'll see you next week. Take care.